Hi everyone, welcome to AMC Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm your host, Clark Wolf, and this is our daily show bringing you the latest in movie news with insight into what it all means. Joining me as always is AMC Movie News Editor-in-Chief John Campea. John, good morning.
Good morning, Clark. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's a wonderful day. I'm one day closer to seeing Man of Steel, so I've got like my little calendar. It's like a child on Christmas morning scratching off the calendars. That's me right
calendar. Now. And also joining us this morning is the director of the upcoming The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? Mr. John Schnepp. John, good morning.
What's going on? I'm going to have to wait like all the rest of you humps and see Man of Steel on June 14th. John Campea. But it's going to be awesome.
No, man, seriously, I talked about this on the show the other day. I turned down the screening invitation. I want to see Man of Steel for the first time with a real audience at a midnight screening. That's how I want to see it. So I'm going to be there, AMC Burbank 16, Thursday night at midnight. That's where I'll be. Come and say hi and join us.
Wait, that's when you're going to go see it, the actual opening night?
Yeah, you want to come with us?
Yes.
Then I'll get us tickets.
All right. Awesome.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. 24 films. Out of all the movies that open each and every year, 24 is the number of movies that have hit the $100 million opening weekend box office number. The next film said to be tracking to hit that number is Man of Steel, opening in AMC theaters everywhere next week. According to Variety magazine, the new Superman film is projected to hit $100 million on its opening weekend and potentially hit $300 million domestically by the end of its run. John, should Warner Brothers be happy with these numbers if they do indeed come to pass?
Absolutely. They have to be happy with these numbers. This is $100 million opening weekend is amazing. And quite frankly, it's more than I would have guessed maybe about, 2 months ago. Look, a lot of people in the movie circles like us, we see all the buzz and all the hype, and we see how excited idiots like me are getting about this film. And we think, this is going to be the biggest box office film of all time. It's going to be, we cannot underestimate the power of a negative previous movie. You know, a lot of people ask me, and we addressed on the show a couple of times, what will make more money on its opening weekend, Iron Man 3 or Man of Steel? And I've been saying from the beginning, well, Iron Man 3, obviously, it's coming off of the Avengers. It's got huge momentum, huge positive buzz. Whereas with Man of Steel, it's been fighting an uphill battle. Not only is it coming, a lot of people don't think about Superman Returns all that positively. Like, I thought it was a very good movie, just not a very good comic book movie. But a lot of people felt very negative about that. And so, when they announced Man of Steel, a lot of the feelings around the web and the sentiment around the web was, oh my God, they're doing another Superman movie. And, Superman Returns sucked. And so it has that uphill battle. So for it to hit 100 million, if it hits 100 million on its opening weekend, that is a huge accomplishment. It won't come close to the Iron Man 3, 174 million. It can't. And that's an unfair standard to judge it by because, like I said, Iron Man 3 is coming off the Avengers. You could have a 3-hour movie of a cow taking a dump in the woods coming off of Avengers, and it's going to make, 85 million on its opening weekend. So that's an unfair standard. 100 million, if it hits that, would be a magnificent number, and they should be very happy with it. Schnepp, what do you think?
I'm going to say 150 million.
Really?
I
wow.
Honest to God, just gauging from everyone around me that I work with who don't even like Superman, who are just like, I can't wait to see Man of Steel. I mean, everybody I know is talking about it. So that's bigger than what I've heard when Iron Man 3 was coming out. So I don't know. I mean, unless all those people decide to just stay home and not go, I mean, I think it's going to be a giant hit film. And it's strange because I think the way they played it, we were talking about that earlier a couple shows ago, the way they did the releases of the trailers, it really did hit it so there was like, hey, we're erasing the other film. You don't even have to think about that anymore. Now check this out. And then they just kept building and building. I mean, Hans Zimmer's score is just, I actually want to own that score.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It's a really, so the way they released all the visuals, I just, I mean, to me, it's like, it feels like it's the ultimate, like, every kid loves Superman. And to me, it feels like, finally, as an adult, I think all the kids are going to get that Superman movie that they always wanted. And as adults, we get it too. We get to see insane, great action sequences with a fantastic fantasy character who can fly around, has laser eyes. And, I'm just really excited to see it. So.
All right, Clark, what do we got next?
Next up, speaking of impressive numbers, Fast and Furious 6 has just become the first film to hit $500 million worldwide that Universal Studios has ever produced. The sixth film in the franchise scored an incredible $97 million on its opening weekend and has ridden a wave of positive reviews and word of mouth to stay in the #1 spot. John, can Fast and Furious 7 equal or exceed this success, or do you think audiences may finally be Fast and Furious out?
This is a really great question because, and my answer might surprise you. Now, on yesterday's AMC Movie Talk, we just did our top 5 films of 2013 so far because we're about halfway through the year. And I put at #1 Fast and Furious 6. I just had a magnificent fun time watching that stupid movie. I mean, it's just so ridiculously entertaining. But that being said, and the films have just been building, like I said, the first 3 Fast and Furious movies, totally crap. Total garbage. And they've been getting better and better ever since. But I've got a feeling the momentum might be running out. I have a feeling. I've got nothing to base this on. This is all completely gut check time here. I just can't help but feel that maybe the momentum is running out. And this next Fast and Furious movie, they're starting to shoot it in like a month. And it's going to be ready for like a year and a half from now. It's going to be in theaters. And so I just can't help but feel that maybe it'll be a big hit, especially if they can manage to get The Rock in it. And I'm not sure they are getting The Rock in it. It'll still be a hit, but I just don't know that it'll be the hit that this one is. And once again, that's not a mark of shame. This fastest movie, think about the history of Universal Pictures. The fastest movie in Universal history to hit 500 million, that's huge. That's amazing. So if the next one doesn't quite do as well, don't take that as, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in it whatsoever. I just can't see this huge upward momentum thing continuing. I think maybe it's going to start to run out of steam. Schnepp, what about you? Am I crazy for thinking that?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I was just thinking about this. Like, I think there's going to be a Fast and Furious 12. I mean, think about it. They're making a 7th one. We waited 40 years for Star Wars Episode 7, and this is just like, hey, what's up, son? What's up, popcorn, son? Fast and Furious 10. That's what, like, I can't keep up. I haven't even seen the new one yet, and I can't wait to see it because it is just fun, crazy action. And if they keep upping the stakes. If the next time that when we see Fast and Furious 7 and we see a trailer and you see them like jumping off the Eiffel Tower to catch a car in midair, it's like you'll be like, "What's going on?" Some crazy bank in outer space, like space shuttle sequence. I mean, I think they're just gonna have to keep upping and ratcheting it up. But I think they might as well go to like making the quadrilogy, the 12. What is it? Would it be a quadrilogy? No, it'd be more.
Yeah, it'd be much more.
Yeah,
an octrilogy.
Add it all up. Yeah. 4 trilogies. I don't even.
Well, I mean,
James Wan at the helm.
That's right.
See,
that would be amazing.
The one thing that I would love to see in the next one, because we already know that Jason Statham is going to be the main villain in the next film,
right?
And that's awesome. What I want to see is, because I've been saying for about 6 years now, the only two. This isn't the '80s. We don't have a dozen true legit action stars anymore. I believe we got two legit action stars right now. And I've been saying this for 6 years. It's Jason Statham and it's The Rock. They are the 2 legit pure action stars today. And they've got to get The Rock in the next one. And when you do, you can't have Jason Statham fight Vin Diesel as the big end fight. The big end fight has to be what action movie fans of my generation have been wanting to watch now for almost a decade. And that's Jason Statham fighting The Rock. That's the fight we've got to see. You do that, yeah. I'll be in the theater 7 or 8 times to watch it. Like almost guaranteed. So there you go. Okay, folks, well, listen. It's time for not mailbag, that comes later. It's time for buy or sell. Here's how this works. In front of her, Clark has got a bunch of other items in the world of movie news. She's going to run through them, and Schnepp and I are simply going to say whether we buy it or sell it. So, Clark, what do we got?
The first poster for the upcoming Forrest Whitaker film, The Butler, has been released. The Butler, based on the screenplay by Danny Strong and Lee Daniels, is inspired by Will Haygood's Washington Post article about an African-American man who served as a butler, Whitaker, to 8 presidents in the White House over 30 years. From this unique vantage point, The Butler traces the dramatic changes that swept American society from the civil rights movement to Vietnam and beyond, and how those changes affected the man's life and family. John, buy or sell this poster for The Butler?
I absolutely got to buy it. See, this to me sounds ridiculously fascinating. I always talk about, I don't want to see biopics about musicians. I care less about guys who drug themselves up and play guitar and sing. I want to see biopics about that dude we talked about on yesterday's show, who they're doing the Imitation Game about him, where he cracked the Nazi U-boat codes. He saved his country and then was criminalized and thrown in jail and humiliated and had to commit suicide because he came out that he was gay. It's those guys' life stories that fascinate me. A dude who served in the White House, a black man who served in the White House for 8 presidents, who saw our culture and society completely change over the years of his service. Damn, that's a biography I want to see. And Forrest Whitaker, an Academy Award-winning caliber talent, pulling it off? Damn right. This is the biographies I want to see. So yeah, for me, it's an absolute buy. Schnepp, what about you?
Yeah, same here. Buy it. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker, amazing actor. And these kinds of transformative films are actually great. A lot, especially for younger people who might have glossed over a lot of things that have happened in the past. It's really important to every chance you get to learn a little bit about history, especially the civil rights movement and Vietnam. So it'll be very interesting to see if over 30 years of service, that's a lot of Americana to go through. So.
Yeah.
As you all know, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is on the way. We learned a while ago that the main cast of the original film is returning, with the exception of John Cusack. What has not been known up until this point is if the mysterious hot tub maintenance man, Chevy Chase, would be returning. Well, according to new reports, Chase has signed on for the new film and will be joining Rob Corddry, Greg Robinson, and Clark Duke, as well as new addition Adam Scott from TV's Parks and Rec. Schnepp, buy or sell Chase returning for Hot Tub Time Machine 2?
I gotta buy it. I mean, he's not on Community anymore, so what's he gonna do? He has to go back to movies. It's like TV actors are like, really? Do I have to go back to movies? And I loved him in Hot Tub Time Machine. He was doing a little bit more of his oh guy from Saturday Night Live. So it's great to see him back. I hope he gets slapped a lot.
Yeah, for me, it's absolutely got to be a buy too. I loved Hot Tub Time Machine as a really great, nice little comedy, and Chase was hilarious in it. And you know what? When I was talking with the cast, and Chevy Chase wasn't there, but I was talking to Rob Corddry, Clark Gregg, and what's the big guy's name? I'm forgetting his name.
Craig Robinson?
Craig Robinson, thank you. I was talking to the 3 of them, and they'd say Chase was just insane on cast. And they said one day, apparently Chase is really close friends with President Bill Clinton. And apparently Clinton, they were at this event with Clinton, and Chevy Chase, and Clinton's still surrounded by Secret Service agents because he's a former president. And Chevy Chase, they're telling the story, sneaks up behind Clinton and puts him in a chokehold, like in a sleeper hold from behind, and whispered in his ears, "This is the last sound you're ever going to hear." And the Secret Service guys are just standing around rolling their eyes because they totally know Chase. Yeah, I love the fact that he's going to be back. I can't wait for this movie. So for me, it's a definite buy.
Awesome.
Sticking with the Hot Tub Time Machine 2 theme, Community star Gillian Jacobs has joined the cast of the upcoming Hot Tub Time Machine 2, Deadline reports. She'll play the female lead. John, buy or sell Gillian Jacobs joining Hot Tub Time Machine 2?
Well, it's not only Hot Tub Time Machines we're staying on. We're staying on apparently Community a bit. I like her. Look, I've always said I'm not a big fan of Community. I don't hate the show. I don't think it's bad. I've just watched a number of episodes, and it's never really done it for me personally. But I mean, she's gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful. She's got really good comedic wit about her, and so I actually think she's going to fit into this pretty well. So for me, it's a buy. Schnepp, what about you?
It's a total buy. I'm a big fan of Community. I'm super happy to hear that Dan Harmon is back as the showrunner, as it should be, son. Season 5, Community. And Gillian, she's a really great actress, comedic timing, really funny. And I'm glad that, you know what, it's the merging of TV and movie stars that is a great thing, because Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is going to be on Netflix in a year. And so, you know what I mean? It's sort of like people who don't go see films and watch TV. I think it's that merging of talent that is a really cool synergy that's going on. So
with the timing of these announcements, I can't help but wonder maybe a little bit if Chevy Chase had something to do with getting her plugged into the movie. I got nothing to back that up with. Just wondering.
I would just like you to edit me out saying synergy. I can't believe I said that. No, keep it in because now it's part of history, yo.
The first trailer for the upcoming Ben Affleck, Justin Timberlake film Runner Runner has hit the web. Princeton grad student Richie, played by Justin Timberlake, believing he's been swindled, travels to Costa Rica to confront online gambling tycoon Ivan Block, Ben Affleck. Richie is seduced by Block's promise of immense wealth until he learns the disturbing truth about his benefactor. When the FBI tries to coerce Richie to help bring down Block, Richie faces his biggest gamble ever, attempting to outmaneuver the two forces closing in on him. Schnepp, buy or sell the trailer for Runner Runner.
All right, first, I just have to preface this with yesterday's mailbag. All three of us talked about Justin Timberlake quite a bit.
Yep.
And our difference in opinion on his acting degree. So I'm going to buy this, but I got to say one thing. It has nothing. I think it looked great. Ben Affleck versus Justin Timberlake versus the FBI. It looks like a lot of fun. I know John Campea plays poker, so I don't know if that's going to have something to do with his answer. But for me, this looked like a fun thriller. And nothing about the trailer bugged me about Justin Timberlake. But I got to say this. Whoever edited this trailer, cut it out. Stop showing the entire movie. You got to. I know that's some new thing where you have to show almost the entire movie because you think audiences won't go unless you show them the entire film in 1 minute. I just don't want to see all of the film. I'm like, yo, you sold me halfway through the trailer. Let's just make a shorter trailer. Stop showing the whole movie. But I'm buying this.
I am going to sell it. I am a big poker player. I've been looking forward to this movie a lot. I am a big poker player. I play in the World Series of Poker every year. I'm going to head back to Vegas sometime this month to play in it a little bit more. And I'm a huge Ben Affleck fan. I've been a massive Ben Affleck fan forever. But and you know what? I was even like, okay, Justin Timberlake's in it. I'm not happy about that, but let's see it. And as suspected, he's complete wood. He is total talentless wood. I've said this before. I think Justin Timberlake might be, if not the number one, then definitely in the top 3 best pure entertainers on the planet. The dude's amazing. He's got rock level charisma. He's incredibly witty, all that kind of stuff. But this dude could just not act to save his life. So for me, unfortunately, and I'm going to check the movie out and I'll give it a shot and I'll see how he does. But for right now, for me, it unfortunately has to be a sell. All right, folks. Well, now we've come to the top part of the show for mailbag. Now, listen, if you've got a topic or a question that you would like us to address on the show, you can email us anytime at amcmovietalk@gmail.com. Now, every day we take 2 or 3 questions. But listen, we also have a new show called AMC Mailbag, where all we do is take mailbag questions that Schnepp was just referring to. So send in your questions, and we could answer it on this show, or we could answer it on AMC Mailbag. Keep your eye open on both. So for now, Clark's got a few questions pulled out of the mailbag. Clark, what do we got?
Jack Richards writes, "Hey guys, I love the show and think you guys are awesome and very insightful. My question today is about Boondock Saints. I heard they were in production for a 3rd movie, but I haven't heard anything more on a release date. Could it be because of the Boston bombings? Have you heard anything about its release? I've been dying to see the 3rd movie for years."
I love the Boondock Saints. Now, I didn't like the second one quite as much as the first one. I still enjoyed it. And, the second one ended with a clear, if you've seen Boondock Saints 2, it ended with a huge open door to go and do more movies. And, I love these films. I mean, now you can see one of the brothers is in Walking Dead. I want to see it, but actually, no. To the best of my knowledge, they're not making a 3rd one, which is unfortunate. They didn't really succeed. If they did do a 3rd one, which I don't think there are any plans for, it would probably be a direct-to-home video kind of thing. But I don't think there's ever going to be a Boondock Saints 3 in a theater near you. Schnepp, what do you think of the Boondock Saints? And have you heard anything about a potential 3rd movie?
No, I actually haven't heard anything. I know it's a lot of it's like a very big cult hit, especially because of Norman Reedus now. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the second Boondock Saints mainly because this documentary about Troy Duffy came out, and it was just
right.
It bummed me out, to be honest with you. So I was like, I don't want to, that was years ago. So if they are making a Boondock Saints 3 and everybody tells me it's incredible, I might see it, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about a 3rd Boondock Saints.
All right, what's next?
Levi Ratliff writes, Hello, AMC Movie Talk. My question to you is, do you see Jai Courtney becoming a bigger star? I lately notice him in some movies such as Die Hard 5, Jack Reacher, and Boys Grammar. It also says he is going to be in the upcoming movie I, Frankenstein, if that is true. Anyways, what do you think of Jai Courtney, and do you see him becoming a bigger action star maybe?
I actually really like Jai Courtney. I think he did. Now, for all of its shortcomings, I thought he was quite good in the last Die Hard movie. I did like him. I thought he was one of the better parts of Jack Reacher, even though his role was small. But I will always think of him as Spartacus's best friend that he had to kill in Spartacus, the TV show. I thought he was wonderful in that. Look, the dude's got the package to be an action star. He's got a great physique. He's got a good look. He can come across as pretty badass, and he's got some pretty decent acting chops. But can he carry a film? That's the question that I'm left to ask myself. Can he carry a film? Can he be the legit lead of one of these movies? I don't know yet. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying I don't know. I haven't really seen him be given a shot. But look, if I'm putting together an action movie and I need my second or third lead guy to cast in it, I'll cast Jai Courtney in a heartbeat. I thought he's been really good. Schnepp, what do you think of Courtney?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good. I think they're priming him to possibly be that lead action star in the next couple of years. Out of those films, I didn't see the Die Hard 5 movie, but Jack Reacher, he was great in. He played a really good villain, you know?
All right, folks. Well, listen, that will do it for us. That's the end of our time. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, while I've got you, before you do anything else, take a second and click that subscribe button. Become a subscriber to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It'll keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news and, of course, our daily AMC Movie Talk show and our brand new AMC Mailbag show, which we do a couple times a week. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AMC Theaters. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AMC Theaters. And head on over to www.amctheaters.com right now and get your tickets for Man of Steel.